as a weirdo. Oh, my throat is in a weird place right now, but hopefully it'll settle into a place that is less weird. Okay, we're already getting there. I am applying the fringe. Now, I have not been able to locate the hot glue gun and everything I need to make the uh, the boning, but that's okay. I'm still holding out hope that I can find just the boning that is already made, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Um, and I'm just gonna keep on putting this on. So I had a wonderful and not at all, discouraging call with the insurance company, because insurance is great, and even though I basically got my degree and you know worked. Granted, it wasn't for a super long time before I became disabled, but I did work in insurance consulting, kind of. I worked kind of on like the back end of insurance pricing, consulting, that kind of thing. So I know a fair amount about insurance. I know less about Medicare, admittedly, because that wasn't really the space that I practice in. Um, and so I called um, called Blue Cross Blue Shield, um, and tried to talk to them. Eventually got to someone who was just like borderline irate with me. Like they were so mad, and I was like, look, dude, I don't know how I ended up here. Because I literally was just trying to explain the situation to a person, and they're like, okay, 1 second, I'm gonna transfer you over. So I didn't even know why I was being transferred over, and then I'm pushed into the Medicare, um, the Medicare space, and I and this person is being really really mean to me, and I'm not just saying that because like it's like, oh no, he wouldn't give me everything I wanted, so he was being mean to me. No, he was like just straight up mad that I like had the audacity to exist and be in his little earpiece. Like I don't know what crawled up this dude's ass, but he like it had gone there. It had gone to die. Um, so he was very very upset and rude and nasty with me, and I to the point where I had to like keep on being like, I'm not sure why you're mad. I just am trying. I don't understand this. Like, please help me. And then I was like, can you transfer me back to the place where I was before? And he was like, well, they can't help you. You need to call another insurance company. And I was like, maybe, but I just don't understand. And I just kind of like need to talk to someone about my options. And you won't talk to me. Like, you won't just fucking talk to me and help me figure this out. So he was very, very like, he was like, well, they're not going to help you. Like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll figure that out when I get there. And so I get back to the place where I was before, and I was like, hey, like, I was like, the person before you was really fucking mean. And like, I just straight up said it like that. I was like, you might not be able to help me, and that's okay. But like, please just like, if you could just try to like not be like really outrageously rude, I would appreciate that. And they're like, I'm sorry, what happened? And so I start telling them that I about my situation with insurance, And they're like, okay, well, you are gonna have to go back over to the Medicare place because, like, the Medicare part of Blue Cross Blue Shield, because, like, you're gonna have to get that. And I was like, can you let me know? Is there any way to know if I can avoid being like talking to that person? Because I was like, I don't know if I can take that person again. Um, and they're like, unfortunately, it's just like we send you over, and whoever is available picks up, picks up. Also, so like this is just I'm gonna put it on the screen so that anyone who comes in, um, um, but I don't know much about Medicare, so I need some. I don't know the ins and outs of I don't know the ins and outs of Medicare, and I'm trying to figure out what is. I don't know why it pops up as like Ian is a weirdo and the host, but so I uh, so I talked to another person in the Medicare uh, place, and they are much nicer. I do kind of qualify everything like I don't really know much about Medicare, and like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how I can have insurance. And they're like, well, if you have Medicare already, like you're gonna have insurance. And I'm like trying to tell them that all the specialists and stuff that I need to see, I can't see with Medicare. Like Medicare is not covering those uh, plans for me. And then and they're like, oh, but like so many people take Medicare, and I'm like, no, like no, they don't. Like I go, there's a ton of medical offices I go to that don't do Medicare. I mean, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't do. And um, and then they told me about a $900 a month uh, uh, like Medicare supplement, which would so like Medicare covers 80%. Medicare Parts A and B cover 80%, and then the supplement covers 20%. Um, if you get that, but it's $900 a month, and that's a lot of money on top of what I already pay um, for Medicare. Um, so not super fucking thrilled about that, being honest. They removed a post of mine. Oh, okay. Wait, so there was someone else who like is trying to be me. Um, which, you know, get better goals, really. Anywho, but yeah, so I, I guess Uh, yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this healthcare system because I went from being able to have access to pretty much any doctor that I needed, and I was very fortunate for that, to now I'm very restricted on the doctors I have. Um, and uh, you know, I have a hard time finding doctors anyways. So I don't know. But yeah, if you know anything about Medicare through your own experience, through someone else's experience, it would be really helpful. If you could kind of message me on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, um, because it's just not something I know a lot about. And I feel like I am not going to be able to find healthcare um, at a level that I need. So um, I guess we'll see. So yeah, I'm putting the fringe on. This turquoise has had like a million yarn babies. It just continues to keep on having more and more yarn babies. It's just like what the hell? What is going on here? Um, but what does everyone have planned for today? What are your goals? Um, my goal is to finish this top. Um, somehow figure out how to finish the. Oh God, this is awful. This is awful. Just put this here. The fringe does take a little bit to put on and cut and all that stuff, but it looks so pretty on. It definitely makes the top so much so much better. Oh, what's up, baby? You got food, you got water, I don't know what you're complaining about. Baby. I know there's a lot of yarn on the bed. right there. Okay, so there's 6 right there. Oh gosh. You see this? Can you see how bad this is right now? Just a huge fucking barf ball. So yeah, I'm just like kind of nervous that I'm gonna not really be able to find the healthcare that I need. Um, that's pretty pretty nerve wracking, as like I've needed pretty extreme um, healthcare, I guess. Maybe not extreme healthcare, but like I've I've relied pretty heavily on my healthcare. Um, Plan to be like really supportive of me, and granted, I've had to pay more for healthcare, um, you know, in the short term, but it helps me in the long term because I'm gonna use my plan more. So, okay. So I think I'm gonna need one more pair of sticks. Jesus, oh my gosh. I'm gonna pull out the yarn winder for this because this is really, really, really bad. I don't even know how I'm gonna approach this one. What do you have a brand or like something that always or a line that like always tingles up any really bad or always kind of gives you a problem? This is my first time using impeccable yarn from Loops and Threads, and it has given me problems on more of the skeins than not. Um, and I'm just like, that's just freaking rude, my friend. Okay, wait, let's see. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Actually, I did not need as much as I thought I needed. Okay, and then after we're done with this, we'll wind this sucker up. Because that gives me a lot of anxiety. Okay. So I think that I am going to like I have a couple ideas about what I want to do during the live for the Alzheimer's awareness. I think that like my goal is to keep it like in high spirits if possible, because I think there's uh, so many ways it can be like a really sad topic, and I really want to make sure that when um, that we celebrate people's lives, and we show like how we're thankful for people, than just being really like depressed. Okay, so I did get so I'm this is a slight divergence, but so I got a message from Aaron at Dharma Dyes, like it's a Dharma company, trading company. Immediately after I put the note about the weight and the volume of the dye, and so the weight uh, they replied and said, "Oh, like the weight like says on the package," which I know that I put kind of just put weight and volume to kind of show that I understood that they were two different things. And then the other thing that they they said, you know um, you know some have are like more fluffy and like or way more than others, like than. And I was like, yeah. I'm thinking like, yeah, I know that. I do want to commend them for like answering so quickly, um, but I feel like it would be nice to just be able to see um, how much is in there, if there's a way to measure volume. And I don't know if there is, because like I don't know. Even if you could say like this color, 2 ounces of it takes up an eighth of the container, whereas 2 ounces of this takes up half the container, like something like that. I don't know, some kind of reference point, just to show that like, because like I don't want to get, I've said it before, like I don't want to get a color and think that I'm gonna have enough to like dye a bunch of things with it, and then there's only like a little smidge of dye. But they got to me back to me very fast. I mean, I ordered what last night, maybe the night before, and they got back to me. So I mean, that's really fast, and I appreciate that. That is nice. But I would like some volume measurement, because you measure with volume. Like when you measure like um, tablespoons or whatever, like all of those are in volume measurements, not by weight. So the weight doesn't matter as much. keep going. I'm really excited to start dyeing yarn. Hopefully we can get everything set up and in a way that like I can move kind of in and out of my way um, quickly. So I think I mentioned this the other day, but in case you didn't know, um, June is, in addition to being LGBTQ plus Pride Month, it is also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I think this is so important um, to have and to talk about. It really is, something that mental health is just something that's not talked about nearly enough, I think, in every group of people. Oh, wait, I thought I cut enough, but I guess I didn't. Damn it. It felt like a little small, but I didn't realize it was as small as it was. So, um, you know, making it less taboo to talk about feelings, making people feel safe where they can talk about their feelings with you. Um, all of those things are what are important factors in men's mental health. I think that this idea that men can experience emotions, or um, if they do, the only emotion that they can express is anger, I think is really detrimental to the mental health of men, and also reflects kind of badly on the people surrounding those men. Um, Not just reflects badly on them, but like, puts them in a more compromised and potentially dangerous situation. Um, we should have the normalized therapy and getting, um, if people need medication for mental health and things like that, anything like that, not that everyone needs medication, but uh, anything like that, we want to make sure that men know that they have access to, that they can go and talk to people about it, that bottling it up is just absolutely the worst thing that they can do for themselves and for others, and that there are other people out there, other men out there who are experiencing similar things, and that no one is alone in anything that they go through. There's always someone who's going through it, or been through it, um, and they can help you. Okay, let's get this mess of a ball back. Okay, so this baby came out of this one. I just don't know where the end of this fucking ball is. this one. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the people who had Scotty before me, they had a picture of him in like a little birthday hat, and I wonder if he would still be like down for wearing little kitten hats. I'm thinking I'm gonna make him a little hat soon and see if he'll wear it. You know, not a total loss if he won't, but it'd be really cute. I've always been pretty like anti clothes on animals, unless they, uh, kind of really like it. But I don't want to like, torture an animal into getting into a little costume get up just to make me happy when they're clearly miserable. So, but he looked happy in it, but it was just a picture, so maybe he wasn't happy. I don't know. Sweet boy. Sweet one. I started watching Donnie Darko last night. I didn't finish it. I've seen that movie so many times, but I was so focused on. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna get up out of bed and start like cleaning and shit. And it's what I've been doing for hours. So there is the turquoise done. So this is what it looks like so far. happy with it. I'm so happy with my inability to find the the freaking thing. Like I told you it's gonna drive me nuts, and it's driving me nuts. Okay, so I'm gonna um I'm gonna use my ball winder, but I'm gonna set up my little microphone setup. Okay, let me get the stuff switched over. And like I said, my room is pretty dirty, so don't touch, please. Okay. Want to change audio? Hello. So hopefully you can hear me. I have my little mic plugged in, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be over here trying to wind up a ball of yarn from the chaos that is uh, uh, from that is this turquoise color right here, because I don't want to just like throw it back in there because it's just gonna get worse, right? So I'm gonna go grab my ball winder. So I know this, you know, the past couple of weeks have just been like so fucking exciting on here. But don't worry, one day we'll get back to the fun and exciting stuff. But that day apparently is not today. Okay. So there's a center. Where is that a center? No. Okay, so neither of these are center poles. And I guess that maybe that is. But I've got to find out where the other part of the center pole is, the end of it. Hi, welcome in. I know I'm not close to the camera at all, but I'm trying to handle this ball of yarn because it's pretty messy right now, and I would like just to be a little less insane, so that I don't try to put this with this skein with a lot of knots, just back into the storage where it will just become more full of knots. Such a fucking mess. Okay, so yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying to put that in. I could move my laptop closer, but then I'm just gonna move it back. So I decided not to. Just deal with what we get here. Hi, Notch MC. I know this is a weird ass video. I'm just trying to finish a project, but this skein was going to have a lot of knots in it, so I decided to go ahead and ball it up because it was just going to be a mess. I sound terrible because I'm sick. Hopefully, in the process of getting over it, I mean, I'm able to like get up and around and do stuff, which is definitely better than last week. I hope you can hear me because I have this like microphone on, but who knows. Welcome in. How's your morning or afternoon going? Oh, great. And so the yarn on the fucking stupid, this yarn, I'm very annoyed. Okay, so I guess I can just rewrap it. that it stays on this time. Sorry to cough so loudly in your ear. Hello, welcome in. I am about to be closer to the camera. I just need to pull up this yarn because it was a pretty chaotic mess, which kind of still is a chaotic mess. But I knew that if I threw it in with the rest of my yarn, it just was gonna grow into this never-ending, knot. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know it's boring. Like, this ball winder is very weird. It's like tilted. And I think part of it's because this arm like goes back and forth, and like maybe that's part of it. I don't like that it does that. Maybe it's supposed to do that. Maybe it's not. I've only had one yarn winder before this, and it was the Knit Picks one, and the arm did not move. I feel like I've seen some that did move, so I'm not sure if that's like a thing with some of them, but it's making the yarn kind of slant in like a weird thing, and I think that's part of the reason why it came off of the winder earlier. Well, who knows? I'm no expert. I just play one on TV. Look, another fucking yarn, baby. This is such an uncooperative yarn. I don't understand why people like this at all. Like, fuck this. This yarn. And it splits like crazy, too. Like, it's just not worth it. I feel like now this yarn is going underneath the... Doesn't make any sense. Why would someone make a yarn winder like this? I hate this. I hate this yarn winder so much. Let's see if I can, if I like move it to like the front, if it's better. This is also difficult because like I'm gonna use this ball winder. I'm planning to use this ball winder to wind up some of the yarn that I plan on dyeing. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? It's just getting hooked under different pieces of this. This is a really bad yarn winder. I got it off of Temu, so I mean, I guess you could be like, you get off of Temu, you get what you paid for. But like, I don't understand how you can basically have all the things you need to make a yarn winder work and still make something this bad. But, that's what we get. It's like I don't have that much yarn on this, but it's acting like it can't take any more of um, the the ball, which is just ridiculous. Like any yarn winder would be able to do more than this is doing. I'm gonna pull it out and I'll put it back on kind of backwards so that all the places that it didn't go in before can go in now. This is stupid. But hey, it's working. So I just had to lift it up and twist it. It's gonna be a little harder to find the center pole in it, but you know, at least we'll have kind of a consistent-ish olive yarn. I try to keep this going, although I see more opportunities to like turn it and stuff. Actually, I think that we're gonna cat doing. Do not know. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this side. God, this is an infuriating yarn winder. It's not made for any like reasonable size of yarn winding. It's just a catastrophe. Like it's just straight up like just a mess. I hate it. I hate it so much. So I have to move the arm out. Seems to work a little bit better. Okay, so I have this much left. This is where sometimes you just get the worst knots. We can just finish this. I'm done. I'm done with this fucking nightmare. We're almost done, my darlings. Okay, so this wants to start going up under here. It's rude. We all know it's rude. So I'm going to turn that. And it's going to do some bullshit acting. We're so close. We're so freaking close. Hey, muscle spasms. Yeah, that's tire you out. You don't need my forgiveness. You take care of yourself, okay? Also, I'm just trying to work this terrible yarn ball winder. It's my first time using it, and I hate it. It's so bad. It's so freaking bad. been spending a little time trying to neaten up this turquoise yarn because it is just it's pretty bad. And then I'm gonna get back to working on the top because one of my goals for today is to finish this. However, this is proving to be a little bit more challenging to wind because this is a really bad yarn winder. And it is, so like, I wish I could show you. I mean, I'm winding a ball of yarn, except this yarn winder is really cheap and not good at all. So, so I'm just trying to like make it work and just get to the point where like I can be done with this. But I keep having to like reposition the yarn because it's just like not it's not made for any amount of yarn really. This one just really sucks. And just trying to work with what I've got, but it's difficult. So just trying to make it work when all I want to do is just throw this. Yeah, no problem at all. When all I want to do is throw this ball of yarn and this ball winder and bead brush. Okay, so this is potentially the worst. The worst one ever done, but it is what it is, right? So here we go. This is all I could manage to make happen, and I'm so miserable after having this. Like I'm close to being like I need to order a new ball winder like now, even though I probably won't use one for a while, but like that's not even worth it. And I hate doing it by hand so much, but I'd rather do it by hand a million times over than have to do that again. Okay, so now let's do the green stripes. Okay, so I'm gonna need 24 of these. Yeah, this is pretty, like this is how it wound up, just with me doing my best to make it work. I mean, it's better than being a big ass knot, but, oh, thank you, that's so sweet. I'm actually going to change my audio back. That's super sweet of you, though. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so let's get back to having fun and making stuff rather than winding with yarn. her to cut one piece, and Moon Rose Crafts. Yeah, yeah, she comes in quite a bit lately. I haven't had a chance to like look at any of her videos. Honestly, I've been focusing so much on getting stuff done that I really haven't been watching much YouTube lately. But yeah, she comes in quite a bit. I want to keep track of people more. It's hard when you're constantly like doing commissions or presents or whatever. Um, but I'll get back there. Yeah, we're also friends on Facebook, I think, and she's in the Facebook group. Sweetly. Oh, I did forget that she's Canadian. Yeah. My cat was using this skein of yarn as like a kick toy earlier, and I'm like, you need to stop. That's not nice. Like, I'm glad you found something to play with, but play with the yarn and the the blanket my friend made, not my yarn that I actively need. No, I didn't find what I was looking for. So I'm either looking for the the boning that I already made. Just I have one piece. Is that it right there? No, but it's clear. Or I need the zip ties and the hot glue gun that I used to make them. Um, the green, yeah, this is Patty Green, Red Heart Super Saver. It's my favorite color. If you look at the color of the pillow in Army of Weirdos, it's this color. I love this one too. It's this one or the equivalent in Caron 1 pound. I can't quite remember. I love greens. Patty green is beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. did you have a tutorial when you made the first one? So no, I bought a pattern on Etsy called like the melted rainbow or something. Um, but all it did was describe how to start the cups, and then spacing of colors for different flags and different sizes. But it didn't really tell you how to size. So that was a little bit uh, still kind of like learning curve. Um, but um, and so the top, the like the cups and the tassels are all part of the original design, but everything else is something I added. So the straps I made because I wanted something more secure than just like a piece of yarn. And then I did this like under bust cotton piece that would wick moisture away and kind of keep it on more securely. And then the lace backing is also my design so that it feels more secure and looks aesthetically pleasing on the back. Um, so all of those are just like my additions to the original design. But I've not been able to find this pattern since I looked recently. Um, the top itself is very similar to pretty much all of the bikini tops and stuff out there, and how you do them. You can add your fringe however you want, um, and then what's up, dude? Trying to get under the covers, or are you trying to just cuddle, or what's up? Um, but then you can kind of add the strap around the back and everything. However, yeah, yeah, I definitely did. Made a lot of changes and went through a lot of trial and error. But I'm happy with how I do it now, and I can do it a lot faster now, which is good. So, dude, I think he wants to get under the blanket, so I can't press the mid right now. She's just laying right on top of the top. So maybe think of doing a tutorial. I might, um, I might not. I think I'm gonna do a tutorial on how I did the boning. Um, cause like the straps are really a modification of just like another a strap that I did. And a strap that someone else did. So I just kind of made it slightly different. And then I do think the boning is pretty unique. I don't think there are other videos out there for it, so I might do something for that. But I have to have like the stuff to do it just for what I need, and that's not looking great right now. So, but I have to have time to do a tutorial, and I haven't had time to do fucking anything. Um, because I after this I'm going straight into trying to do as much as I can for the Alzheimer's blanket so I can auction that off. Um, because I'm trying to raise money for Alzheimer's awareness on the 21st. Um, so it's just about what I have time for. And I might want to write a corset or like waist slimming like pattern, and then have the the um, the boning in there so that uh, it's like an application to use it right there, and then you know have the pattern. Two. So I have about 40 minutes until my. I want to learn about Medicare because I have it, and it looks like that's all the healthcare I'm going to be able to get. So I don't know. Like, I would like someone who can help me kind of with it, but yeah. So I have it. I've had it as secondary um, for uh, since my disability determination. I still have to pay um, a monthly amount, and uh, but because I'm eligible for Medicare at all, no. I mean, in theory, yes, but I don't know where these people are. And like, I tried to call like Blue Cross, and they, because they have Medicare Advantage plans, and they have Medicare. What's it called? Not support, but like whatever. It starts with an S. But they have those um, those people. One of them just started yelling at me because I was not 65 and had Medicare, and I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. I can't all of a sudden be 65. Um, but I am disabled, so I have the right to have Medicare, and I do have Medicare. I pay for Medicare. Um, but also, my goal initially was to not use my Medicare to pay for private insurance, but I can't even pay for private insurance um, because I have access to Medicare, and therefore I'm super limited. I'm going to be much more limited to what doctors I can have, and so I kind of want to talk to someone who can tell me if I'm like gonna be as limited to doctors as I. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm 33, but I'm disabled. Uh, my insurance is just done at the end of the month that I have uh, my primary insurance. So I don't. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know like about like I asked because I'm like, if people have gone through it already, then then they can help. If you haven't gone through it already, then it's probably not something that you need to like push for right now. But if people have already gone through the process and know about, you know, how difficult it truly is to find doctors and stuff like that. Um, so because that's what I need to know, because the Medicare people are like, it's so easy to find doctors, they're everywhere. And I'm like, I've told people that I had Medicare multiple times and nobody takes it. None of the people that I have talked to take it. So you 58. I'm glad that you didn't know that we might not be the same age. I know I sound like a 80-year-old smoker right now, so I guess it doesn't. Um, yeah, let's see. I gotta move you, kid. Move you, kid. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I just and yeah, it's different when you become of age to receive Medicare versus when you are young, disabled, and your disability is not physical. That is also another layer, because um, so maybe it's easier for me to get answers for this. What state? California, right? Yeah, California. Yeah, and each state is going to be, I think each state is different, um, in some regards, I guess. I don't really know. Um, because you're, um, yeah. I know some people who like are on Medicare, um, and so I asked like some people on Facebook, so I'm hoping that they can get back to me and let me know. Um, your twin brother had Medicare at 18. Yeah, so that's a long time to be on Medicare. Or like, you know, if you, for most people, their expected life, you know, I know that I have a really hard time finding doctors, really, really hard time finding doctors already. And then to add the component of potentially not being able to have those doctors because of Medicare, it's really scary. Um, but, you know, I guess it's just like, it's one of those things that also, like, I put my feelers out. I've got a couple weeks and I'm gonna just try to like um, try to not panic until I like know more for sure. Um, Passed away almost 5 years ago. He had epilepsy. Honestly, epilepsy is so fucking cruel and crazy and sudden. I'm so sorry. Uh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry for your loss. Um, you know, I hear stories all the time about people of all ages passing from epilepsy, and it's just a pretty you know, sudden thing, and so I'm sorry to hear that. Definitely debilitating for people who experience it. This is like viewers thing that I get on TikTok. It's stupid. Not TikTok, Twitch. They stream on both. But then, yeah, so then I pay into Medicare Part A and B already. I don't have Part D. So I'm like, should I get Part D? Can I get Part D? Because like there's times in which you can get certain things. So should I get Part D? I don't know. Like, you know, I don't, because D is prescriptions. I think A is hospitals, B is like outpatient and stuff like that, and then C is Medicare Advantage, and D is pharmacy. If I recall correctly, which I hope I kind of do because I looked it up within the past like hour or two. Um, okay. Um, that's cool. I mean, I have the Nightbot running regardless. Um, but I do like I'm trying to do more like education and tips on my makeup channel. Uh, and just I have fun doing my makeup and you know chit chatting while I do my makeup. Uh, so those run anyways. So if you don't have to like there's never any pressure. Like I wasn't a girly girl. I was a girly guy. um, like if you don't like doing makeup, you don't, or and you have no interest in the makeup channel, you don't feel obligated to do anything that you don't feel like doing. I just I post my makeup channel because I'm passionate about it. I'm a makeup artist, and I'm trying to use that as a platform to build a clientele in LA. So you know, it's part of like building my business and stuff. What is today? Is it Tuesday? Okay, so yeah, I have about 30 minutes before I gotta go. So there's like a couple different ways. So I can talk about tips. I can I can do like a virtual like how to do makeup on yourself, like one on one. Um, and that's not through YouTube. That's like a private like session that we like I could have with people to based on their features and their skin type, their skin concerns, all of that, and just like what they feel comfortable wearing, um, and um, but a lot of it's just like kind of getting my face out there just so that people start to recognize me and, you know, trust that I can handle a makeup brush, basically. Um, you know, but like I love the idea of like you know, teaching people how to do makeup for themselves. You know, I love doing makeup. I love being a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for over 15 years now. But I I also think that teaching people how to do their own makeup is um, really important because I want people to feel empowered and you know, like they can, if they want to wear makeup, they can wear makeup. They're not stifled by anything. So because everything I learned about makeup was, you know, pretty much, at least for the first couple of years, was from YouTube. So I think that a lot of how we learn to do makeup now is via YouTube. And um, and then I learned how I got out there and started doing your, your videos and saw one to repost on YouTube. What do you mean? That's Scotty's tail. He wants under the blanket. I have no idea how this is gonna work because there's so much yarn. Just it's under there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that last message. It's just taking a little jaunt through my yarn. Um, I was checking out your videos and saw one to repost on YouTube. It was for the 12 spoon theory. Yeah, I posted that on YouTube. What do you? Sorry, I'm really I know I'm sleep deprived. I'm really not sure what you're talking about. Are you saying that you reposted it on your channel? Sorry, my brain is like fried. It's one of my favorite tools to communicate. Now he wants to come back up. He's trying to figure out a way out. Some of your other videos, well, I'm really interested. Cool. Cool. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my voice. Yeah, I mean, like, if there are videos that you like, um, because like I have like more videos like that, um, that I could make. So if you tell me that you like certain videos, you can always um, share more um, share more videos about a certain subject. If you wanted them to be talked about a little bit more and you like my style of presenting them, because I don't think that I'm like new to presenting the idea of spoon theory. Um, but if you like how I I talked about it or something, and you wanted me to talk about another subject you found interesting, I'm totally down. So yeah, just let me know. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to be done with this sickness. I feel like I'm going through puberty like all over again. I'm like, I appreciate that. Yeah, spoon theory is something that I think everyone can use, and and uh, you know, like I think I said, like even though it was developed to talk about physical ailments and how we um, have energy reserves for doing certain things, it also is really applicable for mental health as well. And I'm happy that you know some people were able to see that and see an opportunity for them to communicate their needs as well. So I'm glad I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, and just let me know what else you'd like to see. I'm happy to make videos on it. Um, I got 20 minutes. Okay, you know about it. I do, and like the Pico mesh. Oh yeah, I haven't done a stitch tutorial in a while. Um, I think it'd be fun to bring back Stitch of the Month. I cool, you know about it. Okay. Um, I I think I'll start to see to look at what's at my library. Oh my gosh, my cat is just so outrageous right now. Um, but I'll see what's at my local library and see what stitches are, like what stitch dictionaries and stuff I can get there, or what things are already there. Because that's my favorite way to find stitches. Because oftentimes the stitches that I'm doing, I don't know the name of. I just look and I look through pictures of them and then try to do them. So and then I try to get good enough at them to explain them. So yeah, so it was fun to do the stitch of the month. It was a good one. I'll have to write down uh, bringing that back because I know a lot of people really liked it. Oh, someone's calling me. I'm gonna have to go, but I will talk to you later. Bye.